guys, it's Twintuitive717. I'm back with another video. Guys, oh my god, I know I have not posted in a while, but I have been super crazy busy with the holidays and personal readings and really just being a mom of a 2-year-old. But I'm so happy to be back and to share and give you guys some insights about what I've been feeling and what's been going on with the Twin Flame journey, specifically the Divine Masculine Collective. So, what's been going on is that the masculines are coming in really strongly at this time. So many feminines are experiencing communication, but it's not just through text messages or phone calls. The masculines are really wanting to meet in person. Many of you either have met your counterparts after a very long time of separation or will be headed towards that outcome, because really what I want to explain with you guys is twin flames meeting is inevitable. So many of you feminines out there who are experiencing separation, I always just want to share with you guys to lay back and relax and be rest assured that this connection is not going anywhere. It actually just deepens. And sometimes I think that when we reach out to our masculines for answers, or we're trying to seek validation outside of ourselves, it can seem like a long delay between meeting, and it's only because you're sort of bringing out all of the doubts and fears that you feel around coming together. And then once you slowly dissolve that, really seeing each other is the only cure to the longing and the passion that many of you feel on the twin flame journey. And what I'm learning through my personal readings is that I'm not alone in my experience, and that there's so many of you out there who have these divine connections in your life, yet you also are living this life of, very specific 3D soul contracts. And it's very difficult for many of us. And I want to give you guys some motivation and encouragement to let you know that all of these things were designed and they were set up in place to help you grow and expand your ideas around love and connecting with another human being. And that includes every single aspect, whether it be physical, mental, spiritual, and that's what our twin flames end up doing for us. So a lot of you feminines out there who are listening and are maybe going through a hard time, especially around the holidays too. I mean, I know even for myself, I think about my twin often throughout the holidays. It's just something that you can't help. They almost feel like family, right? And what do we think about around the holidays? It's definitely a time for family, friends, for giving, for receiving. So of course our twin flame is definitely at the top of that list, are very, very close to the top of that list if you guys have kids or pets. I'm just kidding about the pet part. But yeah, I mean, it's really your priority to just connect with them. And many of you are feeling that wanting from your masculine. So the communication that's coming in from them, it's very gentle, it's very soothing, it's very careful. And even though you might be triggering each other, most of the time you both are feeling a little bit more relaxed in the triggering, because you're starting to trust that the connection will just come right back around again. It will come together again. So a lot of you are trusting that process and understanding the concepts about purging your emotions, purging your fears, purging the illusions and the feelings. I myself have struggled very, very much with the idea of meeting my twin flame, and there's just so many fears that all of us have, whether we're a masculine or a feminine, when it comes to physically meeting our twin, because really it's taking things to the next level, and it's deepening the bond between you two. And mission work comes into play because now you both are facing life obstacles together. So it's like having to live out your 3D life now with like a spiritual connection intertwined. But this is a great process to helping you face the world with so much more courage and so much more bravery and so much more insight You will become a beacon of light to other people in your life, in your environment, wherever you go, because of the twin flame journey and the love that you're feeling with your twin and experiencing. What I'm learning and understanding is if you let it happen and you let it flow and you let it unfold in the now and present moment, there are just so many wonderful rewards to reap individually. You yourself become the best version of yourself. Okay, so I haven't even gotten into the cards yet, but that was just the energy that I was feeling towards all of this. It's a lot of pure innocent energy coming from the both of them of just wanting to be together, sorry, and wanting to just meet, wanting to just touch, hold hands, look into each other's eyes. It's so pure, it's so innocent. Like this little snowman here in the corner. Let me bring him a little closer so you guys can see how cute he is. Really just that childlike innocence that we feel in winter, putting up the Christmas tree, decorating our homes. Seeing Christmas lights make us feel so nostalgic, and it all happens for a reason around this time of year. It's so that we can return to that place of unconditional love and forgiveness. Now, I'll start with these cards first, just because throughout all of this, of course, the energy sexually has been very, very intense. Okay, so what I get here is the Ten of Chalices. So even with this card here, I feel like it looks like the masculine's just on a mission. He's on a mission to his feminine, and I feel like it's because the connection between them, they both know what they have to offer, and with the feminine being in this space, I think she kind of says to him, like, I'm always in a space of accepting this connection and providing you with what it is you need, but it has to be returned and reciprocated. And he's starting to see that now, and you can tell that it's like he's off on a mission to really become the person that he feels like when he's around the feminine. So many of you just feel comfortable around your twin flames, and you're starting to see and understand that that's what love is, right? Like that's the feeling of love, is when you just truly feel comfortable in each other's presence. You trust when each other has to go off on your own, and you'll always return the love and be warm and understanding, no matter how hard that might be to achieve when you're in separation, especially when harsh contact or harsh communication occurs between the two. Sometimes you'll find it's a very, very difficult to stay in a positive space about your twin flame journey, but those are actually the times that you're most tested to stay in a positive space so that the communication between you two is not delayed. And the reason I say that is because many of us experience so much pain when we're in separation, but the more the feminine just kind of freely gives when he does go off in that space of wanting to be alone and wanting to figure things out, when the feminine stays in a giving energy, it just shows how much compassion, confidence, and love that she has, because she won't allow him and this sort of rejection or walking away alter her ability to be giving and love. Because she's still sexy, she's still divine, she can still attract whatever it is she wants. And now many of the feminines are starting to understand that even in the separation with their masculines, they're just letting the masculines go off and have the time and space to do things, right? Because it's just part of the process, because sometimes the feminines need that too. That's why the feminines get nervous about meeting the masculines when the time comes close. It's like you wait for this for months and months and months, and then they come in really hot and heavy, and then all of a sudden there's these fears coming up within you that that starts making excuses for wanting to see them. And those are the things that you've got to work through before you guys come together, because the triggering that happens when you're physically together is much more painful than the triggering that happens when you're in separation, because the longing gets intensified. The pain is felt much more because now you know what it's like to touch them, to kiss them, to smell them, to feel them next to you. So when triggering does occur when you both are in the physical, it's just more painful. And I think that's why the universe tries to set up separation, because they try to make us deal with these heavy emotions on our own, right? I'll just move into the card, which is priorities. So it says, you understand the paramount importance of manifesting love in all situations. And I feel like that's really setting your priorities in regards to this love. What are you both doing in separation? I find myself having to ask now, am I ready for a meeting? Otherwise, it's like when your masculine's in the runner energy, you feel like you want to see them, you want to talk to them, you want to hear where they're at. But the minute they come in and it's very, very passionate, very heartfelt, very intense emotion, you just go running. You go running for the hills. And I think it's so cute and it's so sweet that they both do this dance. But it's just a gentle reminder to the feminine to, really understand this energy of just giving, right? Because it's that very energy of feeling free and giving back and feeling so stable within yourself that attracts back the masculine energy into your life. Or attracts the masculine energy back into your life is what I should have said. Sorry. But yeah, like that's just what I feel at this time, for the both of them. It's like it's so close, but then there's all these little things that come up and they both start pulling their hair out. Oh my God, I thought we were close. So listening for truth. So in those moments where you think it's so close and it's like you really want it, but there's all of these fears and all of these reasons of why it could go wrong or why it may not be real come up. This card, Sacred Rebel card, mind you, comes up as a reminder to listen for truth. And listen not only for truth, but listen for your truth. How do you really feel about this connection? What does your truth say? Are you ready for the things that it brings to the table? Are you ready for these life experiences? Free will has a big part to play on this twin flame journey. Yes, it is meant for us, otherwise we would not have thought it. It wouldn't have even been a thought in our head. It wouldn't even be a thought in our head, a fantasy, a hope, a wish, a dream. But it's there because the universe is inviting you to create it as your reality. So first, listen for what your truth is. When you listen for your truth, you'll know what it is because it will be repetitive. It'll be like a theme throughout your life that has been very, very repetitive. So whether that be love, healing the planet, sharing who it is you are, you're the kind of person that brings joy into other people's lives, you connect with nature, you connect with animals, anything that holds love as a space and is bringing healing is your truth. Now, the next step to that is listening for the clarity. Once you feel that very, very clear, you start taking action. And the action steps are imperative. Be fearless. If you can think of something that you want to do to serve humanity in a way that makes you feel fulfilled, listen for that truth and go for it. Because there's nothing that pulls your twin flame into your reality more than you serving yourself by putting an effort into feeling fulfilled in what it is you're doing. Because I think that that's what the twin flame journey is meant to do for a lot of us. It's really meant to connect us to our purpose, and when many of us start doing that, we realize that it's our birthright to be happy in every aspect of our lives, and that includes romantic love. Just love in general. Okay, so I hope this short reading finds you all well. I do hope to catch up more and post, but until then, I love you guys, and I will speak with you soon. Take care.